I went from this years ago, because I was flying through these like crazy, to the Leaf Twig. And I'm going to tell you what, it's a game changer. And you're going to see that in today's video. Did rinse out clean. A lot of people say, oh, you can't use shaving soap with Gillette Lab Razors. I'm telling you right now, shaving soap and a brush, two best things you can do. Even if you don't make the switch to this type of eco-friendly razor, then at least use a brush and some soap. Trust me, you'll love it. Thank me in the comments below. One of the best head shavers in the market today. And I use this razor quite a bit, and it's the Leaf Shave 3-bladed razor. I'm telling you, this for my head, and a lot of people that have watched this channel love this razor for the simple fact that it's all metal construction, right? You can load up to, as a captive pin here, you can load up to 3 blades on this. Totally amazing. And you don't have to use a proprietary blade in this. You can just use regular DE razor blades, or, you know, buy them singly already snapped and cut. Me personally, I like just snapping the double-edged razor blades I already have, because certain blades work really good on your face. Really doesn't depend what razor you use. This razor right here really loves a sharp blade for me. What I'm going to first do is I'm going to go in with just a shave brush here. I got some of their soap here. I'm just going to put it in my hand here, and I got a wet, I'm just working it right here in my hand. And that's how good this stuff is. Now, I'm going to put this on, right? I'm going to work it in, but then I'm going to rinse it off before I shave, because I want to clean my skin first, because I haven't taken a shower. What I do is I shave my head first, and then I jump in the shower, and then come out and shave my face. So I'm not sure if you can do that, but this is just what I do to save a little time. You know, in the morning, like it is right now, I still have a ton of stuff to do. So again, this is just me with my pre-shave. I want to even clean my face a little bit too. Everything helps, all right? So I got that on. So now I'm just going to rinse this off and lather back up. Now, you saw how a lot of people think this step you don't have to do. I'm going to tell you, you do. This is very important. You can throw warm water on your face, on your head, whatever you're shaving, but if you wash your face or your head before you shave with the shave soap you've already spent a ton of money on, I know I have a ton of them. I'm sure you do too. And if you don't, don't be afraid to go out and buy different soaps to try out all the different ones. A lot of dead skin in there. I could just see it going down that drain. All right, so I'm going to fill that back up. Wipe off my hands here. And again, I'm just going to grab it here, right? Here's my shaving brush. I'm just going in here. Now, this is a little dry, but my head's wet. And start this shave. Now, they do have shaving oil. I've used it on my face. I haven't tried it on my head. I do like it on my face, especially today. I have 4 days of growth, which is a ton of growth if you look here. And, it just makes it a little easier for you to, look how good that is now. Remember the last time? It's just like, if you're taking a shower, right? How many times do you wash your face? I wash my face twice. Once to get the dirt off, and the second time to actually clean the skin. So now that I'm letting this soap sit on my face, or sit on my head, I'm going to go in and grab some AccuForge blades. These are my favorite, and it's my baseline razor right now because there's not many duds. So you just take the razor blade, right? The DE blade, put your fingers in here, and then just snap it in half. Here are 2 snaps, you're good to go. And then you just open it up and grab, you know, your razor blades. And I'm just going to set them out here. Right, and then I had another one that I already cracked over here. So I'm going to load this razor. Now, it has a captive pin here, so, you know, this won't open up. So you just want to, you know, unscrew the captive pin here and then lift up the 1, 2, and 3 spots. Now, I've shaved with this razor quite a bit, and you can see it is in very good condition. These things hold up well. This is the black one, and it's wearing very well. Now, you can put up to, you know, 3 different blades in here. Some people shave with 2, but I like all 3. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, but there's one loaded, right? Make sure it hits the pins here on both sides. The pins here on the sides. You can see that, make sure it's seated in there correctly. That one looks a little off. Yep, there we go. And it has a magnet down there to catch it. So I'm going to load the second one in. So you just close the door, load the second one. Make sure, again, it hits those 2 posts, right? And then close that one. Oops. And then I'm going to throw in the top one. So again, drop it on there. Make sure it lines up on those pins. I find it easier. Oh, that's the problem. I find it easier if you use the tabs facing down. Okay. And again, make sure the tabs on the sides here are there. And then take the captive pin, push it up, spin it. You don't have to tighten it real hard. I don't. I've never seen it come unscrewed. Some people have said they've snapped this. I could see that. It's a dainty piece of metal back here. You know what I mean? You can't torque down on it like you can, you know, Rockwell 6S. You know what I mean? You just can't do that. It's a dainty piece of metal. Be careful with it. It'll last a lifetime. All right, so now that it's loaded, you can check the blade reveal down here, and you can see this thing is perfectly aligned. Just a great razor, great looking razor. It does come with a stand as well. You know, you can just pop it right in the stand. I have that. That's where it rests for me. And let me just go back in and refresh this soap up here. Now that soap's been sitting there for a while. So what this is going to allow me to do is add a ton of water to it to help hydrate, pick up, and exfoliate the hairs. Because I do get irritation on the back of my neck if I don't prep my head correctly. Everything comes down to prep. I know, you know, you hear it all the time, and people just don't spend enough time on prep. And then, you know, you wonder why you're not getting a good shave. But if you're new, oh, buddy. Now I'm going to compare the Gillette Lab Blue to Leaf Shave's 3-bladed system, right? They both pivot, all right? And let's see how they do. I went from this years ago, because I was flying through these like crazy, to the Leaf Twig. And I'm going to tell you what, it's a game changer. And you're going to see that in today's video. So here we go. All right. Now, up top here, using the Gillette pretty easy, right? Okay. Now, when I go down to do the bottom of my head, it's gonna okay. Give it a rinse. It did clear. I'm shocked. All right, now let's go with the Leaf, and I'll show you what it does. Just a lovely razor. It's made out of metal. I mean, you know you're holding something in your hand. right. Now, coming back to the back of it, okay. Let's give that a feel test. Yeah, just as you can see in the video, it removes more. So let me go down the sides here. Okay, pretty efficient there. Did rinse out clean. A lot of people say, oh, you can't use shaving soap with Gillette Lab Razors. I'm telling you right now, shaving soap and a brush, two best things you can do. Even if you don't make the switch to this type of eco-friendly razor, then at least use a brush and some soap. Trust me, you'll love it. Thank me in the comments below. All right, now for the leaf. This is where this razor is really going to shine. I mean, you can take bigger strokes. You get more hair. I mean, I didn't even rinse it yet. And I don't rinse it. I just put water in my sink basin and go for it. So let me get the back of it. That's it, my friend. Did I get the back over here? I don't think I did. Let me take this. Okay. Rinses out great. Who says that these get clogged up all the time? Use a good shave soap and a shaving brush. Huge tip for today. Now, this has a little detailer. Let me see if I can't get this stuff around my ears. This is where I struggle with any razor. So let's see here. Let me go this way first. All right. Yep, still some little hairs there. See, I can't get all those little hairs with this razor or with the leaf razor. But let me go in with the leaf razor and show you how close I can get it. There's always like one or two hairs right here that I can't get. And that's why I like the combination of this razor right here. Those two combinations are great. And that's how I get, you know, the little hairs around there with these bigger head razors. And if you're a head shaver, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so let's do a cleanup pass. You know, some guys might go against the grain, you know, might shave it 3 times their head. I actually just do a second pass and then I do some touch up. To me, that seems to work out really good. But just right now, which one's closer? But just right now, which one's closer? I'd say they're about the same. But this is an eco-friendly razor that's going to last you a lifetime. I mean, this one, you're going to throw away this head in a couple of weeks. If you shave your face, maybe a week. And this one, you're just going to replace it with, you know, these ones I paid 26 cents a piece. You know what I mean? So, I mean, these are $4 if you buy like 8 to 12 of them. So just a huge difference. I'm going to set that one down and I'm going to finish it with this. Now, there is, what I have found is there a learning curve to using the leaf razor? Now, if you're already using a cartridge razor, there's going to be no learning curve for you. It's just, you know, snapping the blades, putting them in there, and Leaf does give you some single edge razor blades. So now I'm just going to go back in here, grab some more of this soap, and I'm just going to do a touch-up pass. But I think I showed very well that, you know, this Leaf razor is great for head shaving. Good for your body as well. A lot of people like it on their legs. What I have found is most women that I know like the Leaf, but they get the Twig as well because they want to be able to detail. You know what I mean? Down in your lower extremities. And guys are the same way. You know, you don't want to put this downstairs, right? I'd rather put this guy down here and be very, very precise. Just my opinion. Don't want to be shaving them nuts. These nuts. All right. So lather back up. I'm just going to do a quick pass here. Just to clean. I call this a cleanup pass. I'm just going across the grain now. I have peach fuzz on the top of my head. So me going over that multiple areas is making sure that I pick all those little hairs up. And that's important to me. I hate being out in my truck driving and I look in the rear view mirror and I can see like a little peach fuzz thing sticking out. But that's just me. All right, so across the grain here on the sides. And I just wrap it around as far as I can go. If I miss, it's going to be right in here. Seems like where I miss is right there. So when I shave my head shaving tip, take it all the way back as far as you can. See that? That's how I do it. Now the back of my head, I'm going to rotate it and just maintain this razor on my head. And I've had a lot of people ask me, damn, dude, you make that look easy. Well, I've done it a lot. So now I might do some buffing passes in the back here because that's where my hair's the thickest. And I'm just going around feeling it. Right? That's good. So now I'm just going to give this a rinse. Go in with my alum block. People are like, why do you always use that? I'm telling you, brother, this thing is a game changer. Well, if I get irritation, it's usually right here. Whoops. It's usually right here on the back of my neck. Right? That's where I get it. But you got to be careful when you're using the alum block on your head because if your face is extremely wet, that salt is what it's going to feel like going in your eyes. It's not, it's not comfortable. So don't do it too wet. All right? Yeah. I can say I did get a little bit right here from the Gillette. And I've got like a mole on the back of my neck here. And I usually slice it. But as you can see, I didn't slice it today. So they just put that back into its handy dandy case. This one's made by Parasso. I'll put all these links down below for you. I let that sit on my face for almost a minute. You know what I mean? I probably put it on for 30 seconds and then, I rinse it off. That to me is rinsing it off. Now, what do I always use? Thayers. This stuff right here, if you have any type of skin irritation or you just want to make your skin look better, this stuff hydrates so well. You're going to love it. All right. Goes on super, super slick. Now, one of the things that I've added into is Leaf Shaves makes a calming serum. This stuff right here, I got to say, I haven't used it as much, but when I was testing it, I think last year, I used it a lot and it did make my head look really good. Because if you're a bald guy, you need every type of any type of moisturizing you can get on your head, you're going to take. And if you haven't been doing that, man, start doing it and watch your head start looking that much better. I'm going to jump in the shower, but I won't wash my head. What do I think about these two razors? Well, This one's the all-time, winner for sales. But Leaf Shave is coming in with this guy right here, and they're making a huge impact and stealing a ton of sales from Gillette razors. So, in my opinion, cost-wise, it's the Leaf. The one everyone uses, well, that's Gillette. And, you're going to be throwing this into the trash every week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however often you go through a blade. This one, you're not going to throw away. This one's eco-friendly. If you don't like throwing shit in the waste like me, if you're going a little bit green, definitely the Leaf Shave Razor. Now, the Leaf Shave Razor is 3 times heavier than this guy right here. This is just a piece of plastic junk. This is a piece of steel. Love it. And they do make a grip here. Some people say they have problems with this sliding out of their hands. Just wash your hands, dude. But they do make an insert for the handle as well, so it doesn't slip on you. So that's my recommendations for you. Throw this away and grab a Leaf Shave Razor. All right, so we just went over the Leaf Shave Razor versus the Gillette Lab Razor on our head, and this is part 2 to that section. If you haven't watched the first one, go back and watch it. All right, so now we're going to go in with the Leaf Twig. Now, let me get some of this soap on my face. This is some soap from Leaf Shaves. I'm just going to put my brush down there, and I'm just lathering this up right in my hand. I know they have a bowl, but I gave it away to one of our subscribers in California when he lost his place to live and all of his shaving gear. I felt sorry for him, so I gifted him the bowl, the razor, the brush. I gave him everything. Thought that was pretty nice. Anyhow, I like to help people out. Okay, so I'm just going to break the backbone on this. Get a little lather going here. All right. I've got 4 days of growth, so I've got quite a bit. And it's really going to be stretching both of these razors. Now, I'm just going to steal, I'm just going to steal one of these razor blades out of here. Actually, I'm going to take the bottom one, right? Close that back up. That's how the Leaf Shave Razor works. And there's a little bit on there. A little bit of hair on those blades. Just took off like a week's worth of growth on my head. But to open the Leaf Shave Razor, you just twist it to open, right? And it comes up. It'll spin all the way over if you want it to. I normally don't take it up that high. Now I load the blades with the tabs because I cut these myself, snapped them in half with tabs down, and let this lock in. And check the blade reveal. Looks pretty good. Take a look at that. The thin profile of this, just to compare it to, here's a Rockwell razor. You can see it's like half of it, right? See how big that is? That's what makes it such a great detailer, because let's just say right now I wanted to go in and line up my beard. Done. It's just that good of a razor. All right. So now that we got that loaded up, I'm going to grab a little more soap here. Right. Put this back on my face. And now I'm going to work this lather up. Everyone always asks me, why do you face lather? Well, I face lather because I have noticed the benefits of using a shaving brush. It's huge. If you have sensitive skin, you're going to want to use a brush, brother. I'm telling you. Night and day. I don't care what razor you use. You're going to love it. Oh, yeah. It's working up good. The nice thing is this scent right here is a fruity scent. I forget what they call it. They have one with no scent, but it's vegan based, which is nice. Now you can see I can sit and lather this stuff up for days. All right, so I'm going to go in with the leaf first. Actually, I got to get around my ears because I couldn't get around my ears with the, what do you call it? With either of those razors, okay. All right, so let's go in here for the first pass with this one. Now this one, you just lay it on your face and it kind of naturally falls right where you want it to. That's one blade, folks. Okay, let's see what the Gillette Lab Razor does over here. Okay, that's 5 blades. That cost a fortune. Let's keep going. Okay. Rinses out good when you're using a good shaving soap. I gotta say, about the same. The nice thing about double-edged razor blades is these are 10 times sharper than what Gillette puts even on their lab razors. They're just that good. All right, let me keep going. Now, do I have to go over it 1 or 2 more strokes? Yep, but it's one blade. The greatest thing about these two is this one's a great detailer. You know, shaving underneath your nose is really easy. I know you can flip this one around, right? But it's still kind of hard. With the leaf twig, really easy. I mean, it's made for detailing. All right, I'm going to just finish this up. Oop, let me go over here with this one. All right. I'm not going to do my neck because the last time I used this on my neck, even though I went with the grain, I broke out and had a few ingrown hairs. So I'm going to finish up with this one. Just because I know with this one, I'm not going to break out. Fills up quickly because, again, it's one blade. Okay. Rinses out great. And it doesn't clog up. But since it's a one blade, I mean, you're constantly going down here. But hey, what the hell? You're saving the environment. You're going to get a closer shave too. I'm going to show you how. All right. Let me give this a rinse, and I'm going to do a variation of a 2-pass shave here, just real quick. Now, would I normally do this with a Gillette razor? No, I wouldn't. Oops, I don't want that. I mean, detailing is so simple. It's so easy to get that barber shop look. All right, first pass. Which one's closer? Well, honestly, the Gillette Lab Razor is closer. Don't forget, there's 5 blades on here compared to 1 blade on the leaf twig. So it is a little closer. Granted, if I'd have done my neck, I would have broke out. So I'm not taking one for the team. I'm just going to pass it because I know. But those of us that traditionally wet shave, we normally do 2 to 3 passes. I like 2. I don't get all buck wild with it and go 3. I don't chase BBS like a lot of people do. I'm just looking for a glass-like finish, and I can get that in 2 passes. And I do mine a little different, and I have plenty of videos on that, on how I do that. But now I'm going to go across the grain on my cheeks here. Really not much left. It's just picking up those little bit of stragglers. Here's where it's going to make a big difference. You know, it's going to cut the hair above the skin line. And it's not digging into it and going under the skin like the Gillette Lab does, which causes me skin irritation and, unfortunately, ingrown hairs. So that's the big difference for me. When I made the switch to these safety razor shaving, I don't care if it's a single or a double blade, I noticed that right off the bat. I mean, it shaves so good. All right, rinse this off and we'll go over the shave. Cold water rinse. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now that I got that rinsed off my face, I'm going in with an alum block. To me, this is a tell-all, and it helps repair my face. I don't have perfect skin, so I have red blotches. I have very sensitive neck. But if you look at some of my first videos, which the video quality was not that great, but you can see how bad my skin actually looked when I first started out doing this. All right, so I just go around it, I don't know, for about 30 seconds, minute. I mean, if it's stinging, go over it more. Keep going over it till it doesn't sting, and you know, that would be my opinion of it. Flawless shave there, though. I didn't even have irritation up here where I shaved with the Gillette Lab Razor. So now I'm going in with Thayer's. It's the #1 selling product on my channel. Ooh, yeah. If you're a bald guy, you're gonna love it on your head. Ooh, goes on super, super slick, right? Now I'm gonna go in with Leaf Shaves Calming Serum. Stuff's great. I like it a lot. Been using it on my head, and it's a product that should probably sit, I don't know, I just did about 6 drops in my hand. It should probably sit, I don't know, on my countertop so I could use it more often. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. But what the serum's gonna do is help with any redness and give you that extra layer of protection to help moisturize your skin. And that's what most guys don't do enough, is moisturize. I don't care if you're using what moisturizer. Most men, or what they're selling to us, is the shaving balm, but it's just the moisturizing. You can use anything as long as you're not going to break out. That's what I like about shaving products for men, is we're using all these products now, like they're shaving soap that, you know, is vegan based, which I really appreciate. So how good did these do? How good did these match up? Well, you know, the first pass, I got to say, the Gillette Lab Razor, it won, you know, but it had 5 blades. But overall, I got to give it to the Leaf Twig. I mean, it's made out of steel. It has great weight. I mean, if you compare these side by side, it's 3 times heavier, at least. You're not going to throw this razor away. It's going to last you a lifetime, compared to this one that you're going to chuck, I don't know, you know, pretty soon, in my opinion. But they said you can get 30 shaves out of this, so I'm putting that to the actual test. I have, I think, 5 shaves on this right now. I have to look down in my book. But comparing these two together, you know, this initial cost is going to cost you, you know, a little bit more than this one, right? But you're going to pay this razor off in a year. Honestly, I mean, they're that good. Once you get this, especially you're doing your groin area, men and women, this thing's a no-brainer. You know, you don't want to nick your nuts. And it's harder to do with this one. I like it. You can detail very well. Well, thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of this leaf shave series. And I will see you guys next Sunday at 11 a.m. Have a great holiday month. Train's not going down. Come on, America. Let's go. Got to get her done.